Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So it is another monthly setup here. So we are here setting up the month of February. If you have been following me on my Instagram, I have been going through a whole whirlwind of what size I've been wanting to use. I started out the year in my A5, then I quickly went into a week size Stalogy and then switched to B6, and I'm back in my A5 because I don't know why I decided to experiment, but whatever. So anyways, thank God I kept up with the A5. I was using it for that week and a half time span of the weeks Stalogy and the B6 Stalogy as a memory keeper. So I still filled in the days, still had that all going on. But yeah, so right now, this, just because I didn't want to have to go through another Moterm purchase through Amazon. So what I went ahead and did is I searched up A5 size covers on Amazon, and I found this one. So it is a traveler's notebook kind of setup. It has the strings, but it also has the slip pockets that you can put it in. But unfortunately my A5 doesn't fit because I have the clear cover over it. So unless I cut the cover a little bit, which I don't want to do because I did that once with my B6 and it completely opened up and then I really couldn't use it anymore. So I went ahead and just put it on the strings, which is fine. But anyways, it does have the slip pockets in the front and the back where you could slide it into, but again, didn't fit. So right now I haven't finished decorating the pockets because I got it literally just yesterday. I do have my makeshift reusable stickers here from samplers, and then a bunch of other samplers just kind of tucked away in this little vellum pocket. So I just have that in the front, and then in the back one, I don't have anything right now. I plan on just putting little bits and bobs, but right now, don't have anything. So inside vellum is still the same. I am planning on switching it out just because it is February, so it is love month. So I did want to switch it out for hearts, even though you could still use these florals as February. It's just giving me a darker vibe than I want. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this one. Both of these are actually from Hobby Lobby. Amazing selection of vellums that they have at Hobby Lobby. Love it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this one. It kind of has like a gold finish to it, and it has the hearts just in the clear part. So before I get started with doing anything else in my planner, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I have the Stalogy just on the two middle strings. I just feel like that's a little bit more sturdier for this for now. So I'm going to keep it out of the cover for the duration of the planning. So yeah, let me go ahead and speed this up because I have to size it to the paper that's already in here. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about what things I'm using for my planner and what we're doing for this month of February. So I'll be right back. All right, so it is a little darker than I anticipated it being, but that's okay. It's very just kind of subtle. As you can see, the paper doesn't fit to the end, which is why I always keep that part in the back. And it's okay, the hearts are sideways. I'm not really gonna make that big of a deal out of it. So let's go ahead and talk about what I'm gonna be using inside for February. So I have decided to go with this Tombow marker. This is the 673. It's kind of like a purpley pink. I did a quick swatch in the back. So it is this bottom one. So it's like a purpley pink color. And then I'm gonna use this from Sweet Freckles. I can't remember if it's like plants or I can never remember. But I'm gonna be using this one just for little bits and pieces in February. Don't know where I'm gonna use it, but if I do use any washi, this is the one that I definitely want to go with. So we have my weekly trackers. Now this is double printed as always. So the background florals and everything are from the February Sterling ink design. The weekly tracker part is from Peanuts Planner Co. Both are freebies in their Facebook groups, so definitely check them out. I am still using my date dots from Randy.plans. So I have the last 2 days of January that are going to go in to February's month. And then I also have February here. I am using different little pieces in my weeklies for from Planner Monkey Co. I love her little pieces, the tiny ones, just because they fit perfectly in my weekly setup. These are the tabs that I'm using. So I'm using obviously the February ones from Style Planner. Another set of stickers that I'm planning on using in my weekly for a wedding that we have, and also for Valentine's Day in here. Planning on kind of doing a little double layer thing for these meeting stickers that I have with these sterling ink transparent dots, and then these from the planner spot. They are the meeting ones. And then I'm going to be using these to do headers. These are a digital printable from Etsy. I can't remember the shop off the top of my head. I got them a long time ago. But if I do find it, then I'll put it in the description. If I don't, just kind of in Etsy search bar, just put digital stickers and you're going to find a ton of shops that have them. So that is pretty much what I'm going to be working with. So we're going to go ahead and get started in here. So this is the February calendar that I'm using as just like my cover. I use it every month. I do the same thing. So this is what January looked like. Again, this is from Sterling Ink and I'm planning on using the same thing. So Sterling Ink again. So that's just going to be tipped in. So we will do that real quick. Get this tipped in and ready to go so we don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, I kind of have to do this quickly because the baby already started kind of moving around while I was cutting down the vellum for the clear pocket. He started going, mama, mama, and I'm like, no, 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 way too early. Very short nap, not happening. So I kind of had to stay quiet while I was cutting it, and he kind of just went back to sleep. So yay, stays asleep, hopefully. So, yeah, because he's been taking 2-hour naps in the afternoon. He only takes the 1 afternoon nap, and he's up at like 7 in the morning. So he takes the 1 afternoon nap, that's 2 hours, and then it pretty much takes him until like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, which is great. Okay, so then this is done. I love how that looks, and I love how it kind of has like that double effect here. So I have already gone ahead and mapped out my weeks just because that's the thing that takes the longest. I just want to double check here. I didn't use a different color. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm going to be using to do my numbers on the side. It's this Micron pen, and it's the 01. That is a 0.25 tip. So what I'm going to do just real quick is just on every single week number down the sides, and then we'll get started into actually transferring all of my monthly dates. All right, so we are all numbered out. And then also the checkoff calendar I'm using is this one from SM Plans. She actually came out with 2 designs for this month. This is the second design. It has the envelope and I just really love it. The other one has a heart. It's super cute as well. It was actually very hard to choose which one I wanted to use, but I went ahead and went with the envelope one. So I'll put that in just a minute. So it is that time. Let me go ahead and lay down my sticky notes. So I kind of just put them up at the top, just somewhat in the middle. As much in the middle as I can. When the week starts is when I fill out my weekly tracker, like what I'm going to be tracking that week. Sometimes it changes. For the most part, it hasn't, but sometimes I like to add something in. But yeah, for the most part, it stays the same that I always track. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add in my to-do headers. And then that's just going to go right underneath it here. Just a little off to the side. That was something that I definitely took from when I did the week size Stalogy, is I really liked the setup that it was, how I had it over to the side and my sticky note kind of centered. I usually had a to buy section here, but I've realized that if I need to buy something that's not on the grocery list, I usually just put it on the day that I'm working with, and it just makes it easier for me. So I went ahead and just got rid of the to buy section in general here for my weeks, and I transferred down my to do here. So in this side, what I'm going to be doing is my sticker a day, which I started doing in my week size Stalogy and the B6 one. Let me show you real quick. This is what it's going to look like. So this was the B6 that I was using. I am also keeping up with this one just in case, because you never know. But anyways, this is what I was doing, and I thought it was really cute. The only thing with the B6 size one is that I felt like this box was too small. So this one has a 5mm grid, where the A5 has a 4mm grid, and I love it because it gives me more space to make different size boxes as opposed to these. But anyways, this is going to be the same kind of setup. As you can see, the sticky note went here, and then I have the to do down the bottom. So keeping that pretty cohesive, which is great. So what I'm going to do to make this less boring is I'm going to pretty much just stop talking here, and I'm going to just plan as is. I don't think I'm going to speed it up just because then it's going to be really fast, but I am just going to put music over this part, and I may jump in every once in a while to let you know what I'm doing, but it just makes it a lot easier for me because I start running out of things to talk about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy what the planning is going to look like, and I will see you when I am done with this planning. So as you can see here, I'm just kind of flipping back to my January and February calendar to pick up all the things that I already had on my monthly calendar, and I'm transferring them over here. I had to get up from my desk because I was having a really hard time without my glasses, so I had to go grab them for my work bag. I love the grid, but if my head is not directly above, I have a really hard time seeing it just because it's a little smaller than usual. Instead of having the transparent dot behind the sticker, I decided to go with putting it over the sticker. You gave it a little pop of color, and I really like how it came out. So the reason why I put classes straight 6 at the top of this week is because since Tuesday is an early release day, it is also one of our block days. So instead of missing the classes those days, they just make them all 6 classes instead of just 3. I marked the side of those days, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with my Tombow marker. It is the Tombow 992. And I use that just to signify that we're either going to be out of town or on vacation. That weekend is my daughter and mine's mother-daughter trip that we take every single year. This will be the 6th year I think we've taken it. Either the 5th or 6th year. I can't really remember. But yeah, so I went ahead and just marked it on the side. It also helps me just remember a little more. I completely forgot to use my Tombow marker to kind of highlight for Valentine's Day, and then I realized it just wouldn't look good if I did it, so that's why I didn't Tombow highlight that one, but I did remember to do it for President's Day. I decided to go ahead and mark off my daughter's overnight field trip with that same Tombow marker, even though I won't be out of town. It's just to show that she will be, which is why I put it off to the side and I put exactly what it was inside of the highlight. So here I am just lining up my monthly tab. I always have such a hard time lining these up correctly, but I actually didn't have an issue today. I didn't have to take it apart and re-put it. So I'm quickly just gonna paste in, or basically stick in, my checkoff calendar, and then we are pretty much done setting up for February. Yeah, I lied, I forgot. I went ahead and just put in all of my date dots for the entire month of February. I start with the last 2 days of January because those are Monday and Tuesday. I went ahead and lined these up 5 squares down and then 4 squares off to the side, if that makes any kind of sense. I didn't want it to be directly in the corner like I had done prior, in the prior month, just because I'm not going to be putting that time daily like I was. So I kind of wanted to have it a little more towards the center, but not centered. So yeah, I went ahead and put these all in for the entire month of February. I go up until the 26th of February just because that is the final Sunday that I'm putting in for February. So then the 27th and the 28th will be put into March when I do my March setup. I also went ahead and just laid out all of the date dots for the month. These two are obviously going to go into March. So, and then I finished up January, so that one's done. But here is what we have so far. So again, this is the Sterling ink calendar, and all of these stickers you see here, those are from Randy.plans, and it's the same colorway as the date dots. Okay, and then I went ahead and put my February tab. So here is the first week. So this is how I ended up doing this, and I actually like it so much better than what I had originally thought. I was gonna put the transparent dot behind this, like with it peeking out, but then I remembered that these aren't transparent stickers, that they're white. So I just put that on top so it kind of stands out a little more, which I love. I do have a couple other conferences I know that I have going on this month that I just have to transfer them from my work online calendar, but I'll do that later on. So this is next week. And then we have the week after, and the week after that. So this is actually the weekend that my daughter and I go on our mother-daughter trip. So that is why I have marked this off with this kind of beige color. In my key, that's what I've put it as, like out of town vacation wise. So I have that here, and then I went ahead and added that sticker. And then the last full week of February. My daughter has her St. Augustine field trip, which she's super excited about, and I'm happy because my mom gets to go with her. But yeah, I forgot that she won't be going to art club that day because she's going to be on the field trip, so that's why I wrote it and then marked it off. And then here is what the little February calendar looks like. And yeah, I think for this upcoming week, which is going to be a separate video, I'm not going to do my time daily. I think I'm just going to put the month in. And then I'll probably go ahead and use my washi tape then, because I don't think I wanted to add it into here because this washi tape doesn't really go with the Sterling ink colorway. So I think I'm going to use that for the weeks, but I just haven't decided how I want to do it yet, but I'll figure that out when I start actually planning this upcoming week. But if you have any questions about where anything is from, just go ahead and throw that down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video, hopefully still in my A5. But yeah, bye.